What's going on, guys? This is going to be like a little beginner's guide to daggers. I have these daggers here. They're just like level 2. We're going to run into a lost zone and start to fight some enemies, and I'm going to show you how it works and walk you through it. I'll do this with the other weapons as well, but if you have any questions about the daggers, let me know. First thing you want to notice is the bottom right. We have our ability meter. It'll be that dagger symbol with the 3 diamonds around it. The 3 diamonds are going to be your combo points. I'll have a little blown up thing on the screen as well so you can see it a little bit better, especially as we're doing the fights in here. If we go into our menu here, into our character menu, and go into abilities, we scroll over our weapons, we can kind of see what the weapon class is about and what it does. So the weapons mechanic for daggers is this combo point system. Every 4 consecutive points attacks you do, you build up a flourish point, is what they're called. So your first 0 points, you just do like a weak spin attack. So if you have no points, and hit the heavy attack button, which is E if you're playing with mouse and keyboard, or the Y button, or triangle button if you're playing with controller, PlayStation, or Xbox. The first one does moderate damage and grants a small window of invulnerability during the attack. The second flourish points, with 2 of them, performs a powerful direct attack and refreshes weapon power buff and grants a small window of invulnerability during the attack. So the weapon power buff is like every time you attack, you do extra weapon damage because you're building up those combo points. So with 3 flourish points, you perform a powerful area of attack, refreshes the weapon power buff, and grants a small window of invulnerability during the attack. When you use a flourish point, it uses all of the flourish points. So if you're using 1 flourish point, it's going to use 1. If you're going to use 3 at 3 flourish points, it's going to use all 3 flourish points. Each weapon has its own weapon ability, but when you perform the weapon ability, you're going to trigger something called Blade Dance, which is going to cause all weapon attacks to hit twice for a short period of time. And that's just all of your like literal weapon attacks. Like every attack you do with whether it's a small attack or the heavy attack, is going to hit twice. And then every weapon has its own weapon ability. This one is Still Volley, which spins and throws daggers in a large radius around the Wayfinder. So let's go ahead and jump into a dungeon or a lost zone. I'm picking the Bloodworks because these have a lot of variety of enemies, and I want to showcase the parry ability, the counter ability, and how that works. And then I kind of want to go into some of the combos and show you how that works. So bear with me a little bit on the counter ability because sometimes, I miss. I'm not a perfect counterer. You can counter just about anything though, and we will be able to see that in this dungeon. Now when you're pressing your block button, which is your right button on a mouse or left trigger on a controller, you see I go down into this little slashy ability, and that's me kind of hopping into the counter stance. This counter stance has a little timing window to it. It's not really big and it's not really tight, so you kind of have to be on point with it. Also, there's a bit of a delay and a lot of stamina usage when used. Let's go ahead and jump through here. So this is me attacking here. Just doing like regular attacks. If I press Y by itself or E on the keyboard, this is just the regular heavy attack with no points. We see some enemies over here. Oh, here's one. See that? Normally you would think you have to dodge that, but I'm countering all of it. And it's easier to read these because they're so slow in attack. Oh, I'm out of stamina. I wonder, I'm like, what's going on? Stamina-less. So watch your stam meter. Countered. All right. So now we see that counter. We see our meter blowing up. Oh snap! I didn't even realize that was a thing. I would have tried to counter it for you guys. All right. So that's 4 attacks. 3 attacks. Now you see I have 3 pips built up. If I just hit my E button, even when I'm not attacking, which was so here. You see I did a full flourish attack and all of my points are gone. Here's 1 attack here. And then you saw all 3 of them. Oh, this Crystal Phoenix. Alright, see what we can do here. Countering the Crystal Phoenix. You missed the counter. You broke the Crystal Phoenix.
You know what to do.
Oh, kind of went the wrong way, but All right. Crystal Phoenix is beaten. But that is how you use the daggers in play. Didn't really expect to fight a Crystal Phoenix here or some of those things, but I hope you got a better idea of how to use your daggers and how they work. I don't know if they'll change that up a little bit to where you can't just counter everything, because there is some sections where you have the three purple dots over their head and it's like maybe that's a counterpoint, you would think. But as you saw with the Storm Striker, I think they're called, that I was able to counter even those attacks that look like they would be unblockable attacks. And I think that's pretty cool. If you have the timing right and you can do it, even with that Phoenix, you had the purple thing where you think you have to run out before you can do anything. No, stand there, counter that stuff. You can do it with the giant slime that jumps up and down on your head. You can counter all that stuff, counter that stuff, get your attacks in, kick some butt, and make sure you build up to level 3 before doing any heavy attacks. And that's going to be the video for this. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you get some information. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me know which one you want to know more about down below. All right, see you in the next video. Peace.